23 years, 23 days, that's all he needs to hunt, kill, and regenerate. With each cycle, he emerges stronger, more lethal. They call him the Creeper. But to me, he's just another predator. And predators, even supernatural ones, have weaknesses. I've discovered those weaknesses. It's my specialty. First, I study, always study. The Creeper consumes human body parts, vital organs, especially eyes, hearts, and it's more than just hunger. He needs them to regenerate his body and prolong his existence. But time is key. He can only hunt for 23 days each cycle, then enters hibernation. And during that period, he's vulnerable. He always returns to the same places. Caves, abandoned factories, forgotten churches, lairs where he feels safe. But safety is an illusion. Phase 1. Information gathering and deep analysis. No matter how immortal he seems, the Creeper has a cycle. I study these cycles. He hides, but never escapes his own patterns. From his victims to the places he frequents, there's order in the chaos. Phase 2. Tactical planning and technological development. I can't rely on bullets or simple weapons. This enemy is immortal, and regeneration is his defense. I need to attack in a more definitive way, something beyond the physical. My plan is based on 3 main stages. 1. Isolation. Seal the Creeper in his lair, ensuring he has nowhere to escape. 2. Neutralization. Use chemical weapons and electromagnetic pulses to destabilize him. 3. Eradication. Completely destroy his body and any trace of his existence. Weapons and devices created for the mission: chemical dispersal bombs, white phosphorus, which will rapidly corrode his organic tissues, preventing regeneration. Electromagnetic pulse generators, to disorient the Creeper's bioelectric signals, paralyzing his movements and senses. Energized silver lance, made of silver and tungsten, with an energized tip, designed to destroy any vital or supernatural core within the Creeper. Containment sarcophagus, a vault lined with nanotechnology that blocks any biological interaction, preventing the Creeper from regenerating while trapped. Phase 3. Field execution. The Creeper is hibernating in a cave, far from prying eyes. He believes he's safe. That's the mistake I'll exploit. My approach will be silent and calculated. First, I'll isolate the area to ensure he has nowhere to run. Then, it's a matter of strategy and precision. I'll enter using the Batwing, approaching from above to avoid detection. The location is remote, so my chances of being detected are minimal. Once I'm inside, the first step will be activating the electromagnetic pulse generators. These devices are designed to interfere with bioelectric signals. This means his enhanced sense of smell will be useless. He won't be able to track my presence with his natural senses. With him disoriented, I install the chemical dispersal bombs. These bombs release white phosphorus, which starts corroding his organic tissues. Each passing second forces him to spend energy regenerating, but he won't have enough time to recover. He'll try to fight, try to escape, but every move is anticipated. Strategic traps like electrified nets on the ceiling ensure his wings aren't an advantage. He's cornered. My approach isn't based on brute force. It's about using each weakness to my advantage. The Creeper is now vulnerable, but still dangerous. Each step must be calculated. I leave no room for errors. Now comes the final moment. He's weakened, but still a threat. Monsters like him fight until the last moment, because survival is all they know. I advance with the energized silver lance. This weapon was designed for more than piercing flesh. It was made to strike his supernatural essence. The silver is lethal to forces like him, and the electric charge at the tip destabilizes any energy sustaining him. He tries to attack, but his body is compromised. Even so, he's fast. My training and reflexes ensure I'm always one step ahead. When he lunges, I use his own force against him, dodging and striking at the perfect moment. He screams, not in anger, but desperation. He realizes this is the end. His form begins to collapse, turning to ash. The essence that sustained him is completely destroyed. But I can't take risks. Even his ashes might contain traces of the energy that brought him to life. So, I placed them in the containment sarcophagus, a reinforced capsule, designed to isolate any biological matter. No external interaction will be possible. He's sealed forever. The final step is to completely destroy the site. The cave will be imploded, ensuring no trace of him remains. Anything connected to him will be buried under tons of rock and sealed forever. He believed he was immortal, a force that no one could stop. But even the most fearsome monster has limits. Today, the Creeper was defeated. But this doesn't mean the fear has ended. It continues to exist. My mission is to ensure he never returns, and to protect the innocent from what they don't even know threatens them. I am Batman, and monsters don't survive when they face someone who hunts them back. Jason Voorhees, a threat that goes beyond human comprehension. We're not talking about an ordinary villain, but something that transcends even the laws of life and death. He is an incarnated nightmare, an immortal and relentless supernatural force. Conventional methods have failed against him, so I, Batman, had to go beyond what's normal, blending science, magic, and strategies that even the Justice League would consider extreme. Today, I reveal the contingency plan to face Jason Voorhees in Crystal Lake, the heart of his supernatural strength. Before we begin, a question. What do you find more frightening? Jason's brute immortality or Freddy Krueger's psychic powers? Comment below and prepare to dive into this impossible battle. Jason Voorhees isn't just a serial killer. He's an avatar of vengeance, a tormented spirit who has made his home, Crystal Lake, an extension of himself. Within this territory, Jason is more than invincible. He is the perfect predator. Superhuman strength. Jason can crush skulls with his bare hands and destroy metal doors with ease. Unlimited regeneration. Injuries that would be fatal to anyone, even metahumans, don't affect him. He always comes back. Supernatural bond. Crystal Lake is the core of his power. The land, water, and even air seem to conspire to protect him. There, Jason isn't just strong, he's an indestructible element of nature. Faced with this, I realized I couldn't rely on technology alone. Jason operates in a field that defies logic and science, a domain that magic understands better than physics. That's why I recruited allies outside my usual circle. John Constantine and Zatanna Zatara. If anyone can help fight the supernatural, it's them. Now for the contingency plan. Phase 1. Preparation. Defeating Jason requires more than gadgets. I needed to create something that combined the best of Wayne's science with Constantine and Zatanna's arcane precision. Every detail was designed to combat an immortal enemy in the most hostile environment possible. Quote, special combat suit. I developed a Kevlar armor treated with magical protection enchantments, provided by Zatanna. This protects me against Jason's brutal physical attacks and any supernatural influence he might exert. The cowl was upgraded to detect supernatural anomalies, such as mystic energy changes, tracking Jason even when he tries to hide in Crystal Lake. Custom weapons, runic batarangs, traditional weapons inscribed with containment runes by Constantine. These runes weaken Jason's supernatural bond with Crystal Lake, reducing his regeneration ability. Consecrated light grenades, developed based on sacred magic principles, these grenades emit blasts that disorient and burn supernatural entities. Mystic plasma blade, forged with advanced materials and consecrated by Zatanna. This weapon cuts deep, causing damage that Jason cannot easily regenerate. Phase 2. The Crystal Lake trap. Crystal Lake isn't just Jason's home. It's his temple, his fortress. Facing him there is dangerous but necessary. The best way to defeat Jason is to take his greatest advantage and turn it into his weakness. Ground preparation. With Constantine's help, I converted Crystal Lake into a prepared battlefield. Invisible containment circles, positioned around the lake, and activated by mystic sensors. These circles drain Jason's energy and limit his mobility. Submerged magical traps, created to react to Jason's presence in the water. Once he enters the lake, these traps will trigger magical explosions that temporarily neutralize his regenerative power. Environmental alteration. Constantine inscribed spells in the vegetation around the lake, creating a zone that weakens Jason's supernatural connection to the place. Zatanna created a spell that generates a mystic illusion directly connected to Jason's spirit of vengeance. This illusion is projected in the center of the lake and takes the form of a young, fragile blonde woman wearing a white bikini, symbolizing the victims Jason hunted in the past. This woman isn't just a holographic image, she interacts with the environment, acting as if lost and panicked. She screams, runs, falls into the water. Each movement activates Jason's deep instincts, drawing him to the heart of the lake. To Jason, this figure is real. He is unable to distinguish the illusion from a true victim. Phase 3, the final confrontation. When Jason finally enters the central containment circle, the true confrontation begins. This is where Wayne technology and magic unite to face him directly, testing the limits. Initial deployment of runic batarangs to test Jason's resistance. The runes weaken his regeneration and create openings for more devastating attacks. Coordinated attack. When Jason approaches, I'll activate the consecrated light grenades to disorient him, while using the plasma blade to cause deep and permanent damage. The final trap. Once he's weakened enough, I'll activate the containment circles around the lake. These circles will immobilize Jason and break his connection with Crystal Lake. At this moment, Zatanna and Constantine will perform the banishment ritual, ending his supernatural link to the place. Phase 4, permanent containment. Even defeated, Jason can't be underestimated. Neutralizing him physically isn't enough. We need to ensure he never returns. After the banishment ritual, an automated spacecraft will transport him directly into the sun. During the journey, the ship will keep Jason in a state of continuous dismemberment, preventing any attempt at regeneration. Additionally, Constantine will seal his supernatural essence, ensuring that when destroyed by the sun, Jason cannot reconstitute himself. Phase 5, continuous monitoring. Even if everything works, we can't let our guard down. Jason has always found ways to return. I'll be ready. Mystic sensors will be installed in Crystal Lake to detect any resurgence of supernatural energy. An emergency protocol has been developed with the help of the Justice League Dark. Should Jason find a way to escape, a dimensional prison will be ready to contain him. Jason isn't just a physical threat, he's a reminder that evil can transcend even the laws of the universe. Defeating him isn't just a matter of strength or technology, but of understanding how to combat what's beyond logic. By combining the best in science, magic, and strategy, I believe this plan can, at least, end Jason Voorhees' reign of terror for a while. But what about you? Do you think this plan is enough? Or will Jason find a way to return once again? And if it were Freddy Krueger, what should I do differently? Leave your opinion in the comments and keep an eye out for the next contingency plan.
You are the Dark Knight, facing fear every night, aren't you? But here, you're just another scared child. There is no mask, no Batcave, just me, you, and your worst nightmares. Wake up if you can, little bat, or stay in my world forever.
In Gotham, I face fear every night. But there's one creature that goes beyond physical terror, Freddy Krueger. Pennywise terrorizes children in Derry, but Krueger? He hunts us all in our dreams, where not even I can escape. There's no hiding place, no waking up, unless you know my plan. Tell me in the comments, who would win a battle for the dominion of fear, Freddy Krueger or Pennywise? The answer might surprise you, but don't sleep before finding out. Frederick Charles Krueger, a gardener who became the terror of Springwood. His crimes against children were so heinous that not even Arkham's files dare to document them. Justice failed, and parents took justice into their own hands. Fire should have been his end. But death was just the beginning. What few know is that Krueger transcended physical existence. He transformed into something that not even my years of training with Ra's al Ghul prepared me to face. A being who dominates the dream realm, turning our deepest fears into reality. Unlike the psychopaths who inhabit Gotham's streets, Freddy can't be stopped with handcuffs or prison walls. He is the embodiment of psychological terror, and for the first time in years, he made me question if I'm really prepared. After months of investigation, I cataloged every aspect of Krueger's power. In the dream realm, he's practically omnipotent. He can manifest any nightmare, distort reality, and more disturbingly, cause real physical damage through dreams. His claws aren't just symbols, they're extensions of his corrupted will. But every weapon has its weak point. Through detailed reports from Springwood survivors, I discovered something crucial. Freddy's power is directly linked to his victim's fear. The more terror he inspires, the stronger he becomes. It's a vicious cycle he's perfected over decades. However, I found something no one else noticed, a pattern that will change everything. During brief moments, when a victim manages to bring dream elements into reality, Krueger becomes vulnerable. It's in these microseconds of transition between dream and wakefulness that his spectral form can be attacked, and that's exactly where my plan begins. As they say in Gotham, sometimes you need to embrace the nightmare to defeat the monster. To face Krueger, I developed a protocol that defies the limits between science and nightmare. The first phase of the plan requires something I've trained for years: absolute mind control. Through controlled micro-sleeps, each lasting exactly 47 seconds, I can enter Krueger's domain on my own terms, not as a victim, but as a calculated invader. Lucius Fox developed a neural monitoring system specifically for this mission. Every heartbeat, every brain wave is monitored with military precision. The suit I designed isn't just armor, it's a complete neural interface, equipped with automatic adrenaline injectors. If Krueger tries to trap me in the nightmare, the system instantly activates the Forced Awakening protocol. But that's just the beginning. The real challenge was preparing my mind. I spent months in simulations, reliving every trauma, every fear. My parents' death, Joker's laugh, Bane's pit. I turned each nightmare into a weapon, because to beat Freddy, I need to do something he'd never expect. I need to turn his own realm of nightmares against him. And when he realizes the trap, it'll be too late. The crucial moment is when Krueger is pulled into our reality. The environment will already be prepared, a meticulously designed trap for his worst nightmare. The confrontation site is a special chamber in the depths of the Batcave. The walls are lined with high-intensity UV light panels, recreating the infernal heat that originally destroyed him. Every dark corner, every shadow where he could hide, can be instantly illuminated. I developed a specific chemical compound, mixing ketamine and halothane in precise proportions. The ventilation system is prepared to release this sedative mist at the exact moment. But the real trump card is the thermal traps, strategically positioned thermite cartridges that can be remotely activated. Freddy might be a master of fear in dreams, but here, in my territory, he'll face something worse than nightmares. He'll face the scientific and calculated reality of my vengeance. And while he tries to process the transition from the dream world to the real one, he'll discover that this time, the predator has become prey. Krueger's permanent containment requires measures that surpass conventional methods. After being chemically neutralized, I initiate the protocol I designated as Morpheus's. The first phase is neurosurgical, a precise procedure I developed after years studying the unique physiology of spectral beings. The goal isn't to kill Krueger, that's already proven impossible. It's something more definitive. The specific lobotomy I designed selectively deactivates the areas of the cerebral cortex responsible for dream manipulation, but the real breakthrough comes from technology I acquired from a Thanagarian ship. The stasis field is a marvel of alien engineering that I modified specifically for this case. It not only keeps Krueger in suspended animation, it creates an isolated reality bubble where time practically stops. Not even the Justice League's most powerful telepaths could establish mental contact with what's inside. Some would say this fate is worse than death. Maybe it is, but for an entity that feeds on others' fear and suffering, eternity in a dreamless void is the only appropriate sentence. The containment field is buried in the depths of the Batcave, protected by security systems that rival those of the Phantom Zone. If anyone tries to free him, well, let's say I've installed contingency protocols even for this scenario. The implications of this plan go beyond Krueger. In a world where even dreams can be weapons, we need to be prepared for threats that transcend physical reality. This protocol proves that even the most powerful entities can be contained with proper preparation. Fear remains the most powerful weapon that exists. The difference is that now, not even the masters of terror are safe from it. And what about the Man of Steel? If Krueger can invade dreams, what would stop him from reaching even Superman? After all, even the last son of Krypton needs to sleep. Are his dreams as indestructible as his body? Share your theories in the comments, and stay alert. The next contingency plan might be about someone you least expect. And remember, in Gotham, nightmares are real, but I am worse. I am Batman.